Alright, you guys, hello and welcome back to my channel. It is palette roulette. So we're going to spin the wheel and see what palette we are going to get for today's makeup look. Let me pull it up here real quick. Got all my palettes in there. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Something good. Something good. We got the Manny Mua palette. That's the Morphe Manny Mua palette. So let me go grab that palette really quick and we'll come back and I'll show, I'll do a look with you guys on this eye and then I'll finish up the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back and show you guys what I used. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the Manny Mua palette that we got. It's the Morphe Manny Mua Glam palette. And there's two highlighters in there, which we will incorporate into our look. But it's like some neutral colors. So I think we are going to get a natural look out of this palette. I think I know what I want to do. And I think I know what I want to do. I think. But we're going to dive in. Isn't this palette gorgeous though? I don't think I've only used it like literally one time. So we're gonna take this flat brush and of course we're gonna start off with the base. And so I have been loving the bolder eye look with the neutral colors lately. So we're gonna start with this Boy Next Door color, and that is gonna be the color of our base. Trying to get it so you guys can see, and I'm just gonna tap that all over my lid. I'm just tapping it. Kind of just blending it into the crease a little bit, but I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna attempt a cut crease. I think I've only attempted a cut crease like one time, but we might attempt a cut crease just to see if it makes the shimmer like stand out a little bit more. So that was the shade Boy Next Door, this shade right here, and I just popped that all over my lid just like so. And then let me turn this fan off so you guys can hear me. And then I'm gonna go in with, if I can find a brush that I'm looking for. Alright, and then I'm gonna go in with, this shade. I'm gonna go in with this shade, Zaya right here. And I'm gonna pop this shade just in my crease area. Might take it a little bit over. I don't know if we'll attempt to cut crease. We'll see how I like it. It's Thursday, February, what's the date today? February 3rd. Evelyn had surgery this past Tuesday on the 31st, so I have been helping her recover. She did go back to school today, which is great. She was just like really tired mostly. That was about it. She didn't like have any pain or anything afterwards. She was mainly just like super tired, which is great. I love that for her. Okay, and now we're gonna go in with the shade Howl. It's like a very deep brown color. Actually, let's go in with the shade Spellbound first. It's like a darker brown, but not as dark as Howl. And we're gonna pop that on that outer V. Just like so. Just like that. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Howl, and I'm gonna pop that on like the outer V. I really wish I used this palette more, but I don't know why I don't. I've had it for a long time, I think. Like Manny Mua was like the first, I think this was my first ever. No, this wasn't my first Morphe palette. But when I first started getting into makeup, you know, a couple years ago, I went to Ulta and bought, you know, a big Morphe palette and a little Morphe palette, because I watched I've watched like his YouTube channel, and I feel like he was always using like Morphe, so I was like, okay, that's probably a good brand to start with. And it wasn't like too expensive. And then I just fell in love with Manny Mua. I was like, yeah, I started watching him. I started following him on Instagram, on TikTok. I like followed like a Facebook page. I was like, I need to know everything about him. And so then when I saw in his video that he had like his own palette with Morphe, obviously I had to go and snatch it up. And I think I used it one time, and I don't think I really used it. So I just blended all of that together. I am going to do a cut crease just because I want this shimmer that I'm going to do to pop. So let me get my concealer here. I don't do a cut crease very often, but when I do, I just like to put a tiny bit of concealer right there. And then what I'll do is I'll look up, and that's where I need it to be. And then I'll kind of take a brush, and I'll kind of just tap the concealer in. There we go. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Scorpio right here. It's like a pretty gold shimmery color. And I'm going to pop that on my lid. Now, it probably wasn't the best cut crease. I probably could have done a better job, but you know, we're going for a neutral look. But it's still very cute look. And then I'm just gonna blend again. We got like a very simple, like a lot of my palettes are very neutral palettes. And then sometimes I feel like even when I get like a colored palette, I feel like I'm still going towards like the neutral colors in that palette. I'm really trying to branch out. I'm trying so hard. But that's the eye look. I might add some, I don't think I pulled it from the Shop My Stash. And if you guys have noticed, I didn't do it this past Tuesday. It would have been a Shop My Stash video. But I did a collab with Miss Christine instead, and I wasn't really wearing makeup that much. So the makeup products that I pulled in the previous Shop My Stash video from 2 weeks ago, I'm actually going to use those products for a whole month. So, and I did pull a brown eyeliner. So I'm gonna pop some of this down in my waterline. I just stabbed myself. Don't do that. Don't stab yourself in the eye. Alright. Alright, so I just popped on some brown eyeliner. I did stab myself in the eye, so my eyes are very watery now. So now all I have to do is pop on a little bit of blush, highlight, mascara, and I'm just wearing a clear lip plumper because my lips were so dry. My lips are always dry at this time of year, you guys, so I don't really get to use my lip products that much this time of the year. So I'm going to finish up my makeup look, and then I'll come back and show you guys the products I used. And so, yeah, be right back. Alright, you guys, so this is the finished look. I actually really like how it turned out, and like I told you guys, I have been loving these bold, like, neutral eye looks. So let's go over what I used. So you guys know Manny Mua Morphe palette is what I did for my eyes, and then I did go in with the highlight with the shade in this palette, Nova, to highlight with. I popped a little on my inner corner, my brow bone, things like that. So let me get my thumbnail. Okay, and then I just used this Draw Day lip plumper for my lips. That was all I put on my lips. The e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I have been loving this. I have been loving this primer. I've freaking been loving it so much. So much. I had it forever. I never used it until I pulled it in the most recent Shop My Stash, and I love it. I used the Farmasi brown express eye pencil, and I just put that in my waterline. I used the ColourPop No Filters concealer, and I just used it here, down the bridge of my nose, above my lip, on my chin, a little bit on my forehead to kind of brighten up a little bit. I used the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder to set the concealer. And then for my brows, I used the e.l.f. Brow Pencil, Instant Brow Lift Pencil, and then I used this Groom & Sculpt Tinted Brow Gel in the shade Truffle. And for blush, for the cream blush part, I used the cream blush from this Natasha Denona Cupid Cheek Duo. And then I only used this shade blush from the Farmasi blush palette. And I am a beauty influencer with Farmasi. So if you've never tried Farmasi before, definitely check it out. It's very affordable makeup, skincare, household items. There's men items, there's hair care. They literally got everything. They literally got everything. So I'll leave that link down in the description below. And then I used the Extreme Curl mascara from Farmasi. I love this mascara, you guys, and I'm pretty sure it's only like 10 bucks. Love it. And then to contour with, I went in with the Farmasi Full Coverage Liquid Concealer in the shade 09, and kind of did that. And then bronzer, I did the Juvia's Place Bronzed palette in light, and I used this one right here. Let me see, for foundation, I used the Mary Kay Time Wise Luminous Wear Liquid Foundation. I have been loving this foundation. It has been making my skin look so freaking glowy. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I did use this in ABH Liquid Glow in the shade Perla, and I did use a little bit of that and then put the powder highlight on top. Let me see, what else did I use? Oh, and then I set everything with the Rose Water Setting Spray by Maven Beauty. I'm almost out of this, so I'm so glad I'll be using this for 2 more weeks. I'm hoping it can get almost gone. And that was everything I used on my makeup look today. So be sure to stay tuned for our next palette roulette. I love doing these palette roulettes, and it is one of my New Year's goals to get back into doing these and getting them posted and ready to go every single Thursday. So yeah. So I need to put my glasses on because I do have a little bit of a headache from staring in this ring light without them. But I'm probably gonna go and have this. I always have a hair mask in my hair, you guys. Like, I always have this like hair serum, and but I'm gonna maybe do something with my hair. Might just throw it up in a cute ponytail today. But let me know down in the comments if you own or if you have ever tried the Manny Mua Morphe palette. I definitely want to know if you have it. Let me know down in the comments. But yeah, so I'm gonna go do something with this hair, do a little bit of schoolwork before I get Evelyn off the bus, and just kind of do a little bit of self-care. I have started reading this book, the Colleen Hoover November 9th book. I just started reading it. I'm literally only like maybe 10 pages in, but this is what I have been starting to read every night. I need to get me a cute bookmark for it, but you'll hear more about that in my self-care video coming up this Sunday. So thank you guys for joining me. Let me know if you own the Manny Mua Morphe palette, and let me know what you think about this look, and I will see you guys in my next video. Adios.